Alright guys, so we're going to start this third video with the test drive. Last video ended, didn't work out so great. So I got the carburetor fixed, everything's running. I had to end up cutting the muffler off of it because something's stuck, something's clogged inside there. So it is running straight pipe right now, as you can tell. But it does run pretty decent. It's not very fast. I did top speed on it, which only topped out about 10 miles an hour. So it's just a lug around. I knew the torque converter would slow it down, but I wasn't expecting that much. Let's fire it up and let's ride around on it. Alright guys, so it is running rough a little still, but a lot better than it was. It's far from a speed demon, but it does alright. It'll work good for him for now. Either way, we'll figure it out as we go. Now I'm going to figure out if we're going to do any kind of electronics. I think my dad wants to put a light on it, so we'll end up putting a battery in here. Move this out of the way. We'll end up putting a battery in here, which is already a spot for it. It's already got a couple cables. I left a whole bunch of wires running up front, so I'll just have to trace them to see which one's which. And we'll go ahead and get the hood, which I got right over here. I got to figure out if he wants to keep these holes in there, because I know we're not going to run the stock headlights. They just drain too much power. So if not, I may be fiberglassing these in and smoothing them back out before I paint it. If not, either way, I still got to paint it, so I got to remove these reflectors and this little Golf Cart Enterprise sticker. We'll get it put back, or we'll get it painted first, put back on. I know he has a light bar, probably a 30-inch light bar or so. We'll mount it across the top up here, and we'll bolt it back up. He may want a radio. If he does, I made him a little piece. I made this piece right here out of plywood. Nothing fancy. That's the back of it. And it will set over this glove box, which is actually better. It'll sit right here, and I'll cut a hole in it, and that's where we'll mount his radio. So that's it for right this second. We'll figure out what we're doing and get started on the rest. Alright, so we're going to start painting on it. As you can tell, it's still this tan color. But I started a little bit on it. Try to get just the first coat on this side. I know it looks kind of tiger stripe. Just the first coat. Definitely flat black, but I kind of like it. See what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and get this other side painted up. First coat on it and let it sit for about an hour, and then we'll come back and throw a second coat. Alright guys, got it painted up, looking pretty decent. Put 2 coats on it. I think it turned out pretty good. We might do some splash paint on it, I'm not sure yet. But yeah, turned out decent. Now I'm going to get it put on and we'll see what it looks like. Get it all bolted back up now. We decided to go ahead and keep the headlights for now because they sell a square LED that's pretty close to that. Anyways, we're going to put LEDs in them at some point. We're going to put a light bar across here. That's why I didn't put bolts in those holes yet. It turned out pretty decent. Flat black. Nothing spectacular about the color. I just kind of like it. So now I got to move on and get the back done. Alright guys, so we got the back part off. We're going to go ahead and get it painted. I did go ahead and paint up the front of it. Just now, it's still wet. Got a few runs in it, but nothing too crazy. I'm not a painter. But yeah, I had to wait for the back to dry. I'm going to wipe it all down. Get started painting on it. Paint the sides. Get it all flat and blacked up. And then I got to get the wheels off this thing. We did change the wheels a little bit. And put some big ones on the back. And these are 22s, and the ones in the front are actually 18s or 19s. But it gives it more of a, I guess, off-road appeal. We're going to paint the rims red. Red, give it a hot rod type look. Nothing too fancy. So it'll be flat black with that hot rod look, and I think it'll turn out fine. It's running great. Everything seems to be working fine. Chain, good tension on it. I think everything's working out just like it should. So let's get started on it, get it knocked out, and hopefully it turns out all right. So the first coat's done. Front's about dry. I did put 2 coats on the front already, so that's what it's going to end up looking like. Got some blemishes in it, but that don't matter. The seat sits right here. I'm not really worried about painting up underneath of it, just as long as I cover the whole top. It's very tiger striped, but that's all right. We'll get that worked out. I'm not worried about painting that because there's a mat that sits over that, so that's no big deal. Yeah, it's coming right along. We're going to let this dry for about an hour. Won't take long in this wind, and then we'll get back on it. Last coat's on. We're going to let it dry, and then I'm going to use this wind to my advantage. Stand back here, and I'm going to mist it with a little bit of red to give it kind of like a red flake look. That'll cover up some of these blemishes anyways. Once it dries, a lot of this tiger stripe looking stuff will go away. Plus that red will help cover that. I think it'll turn out pretty decent though. Alright, so I got the back wheels taped up, or I guess papered up, I guess what you call it. They're ready to be painted, so I'm going to do a quick paint job on them. They'll be red. And I'm going to do the back, let them dry a few hours. Then I'll put them on, and then I'll take these front ones off and clean them all up, do the same to them. So let me get these painted. Shouldn't take but just a second. And there we go. They're red. Got 3 coats on each of them. I'm going to let them dry for about another, I'd say, good hour. And then carefully air them back up and put them back on the back. Then we'll get on the front ones. Alright guys, so we got it done. Put back together. Everything's looking good. Check this thing out. Red wheels front and back. Got the back painted. A little bit of red misted into it. Don't look too bad. Don't worry about the seat. I ain't got it put on yet. Got it done. Got a little bit of red misted into it. Got all these plastics back on. The whole no step and club car. Got them painted and misted with some red. I didn't paint that because I figured there'd be a bunch of junk down there anyways. No sense in worrying about it. Already test drove it. Got the carburetor clean. Finally. Got it all worked out. Everything's good. We're ready to ride now. I'm gonna do a quick ride around on it. Let y'all get a look at it in some different angles. Riding through the woods. Put it through a little bit of test for y'all. And we'll see what it does. Plenty of power. at all the junk back here. Good riding, but people don't take care of nothing. Oh man, this work's nasty. Well, we're gonna see if it'll pull today. Alright guys, so that'll about wrap it up with this build. It did pretty good. We had a few issues we had to work out. Had to put a gas tank on the back, let it gravity feed. I don't know what's wrong with the little pump, but it's just not working right. This is a better option at this point, so that's what we're going to go with. I broke down probably about 4 times because of fuel issues. Put this tank on when I got back home. No more problems whatsoever. It really does great. This little 212 Predators will impress you. If you're looking to build one of these, I'd say go for it. 212 is a good motor to start with. Yeah, it's pull start. It doesn't have a charging system, but if you got an old golf cart laying around, hook it up. Get out there, build it, enjoy it. That's what it's all about. I'm very impressed with these torque converters. I mean, this thing's got power like you wouldn't believe. The video doesn't really do justice to the hills that I was going up and down, but this thing does all right. Y'all stay tuned. We got a lot more coming, including a Can-Am Renegade golf cart build. We got a 300EX that we're going to do a rebuild on, get it up and running. A couple other golf carts coming this way. Just stay tuned. It's going to be a good year. I appreciate your support. If you like the content, like, subscribe, share with your friends. Let them know about us. Let's all come together and build some stuff. Y'all be good. We'll see you next time.